Okay, so hey, welcome everyone to the webinar, and we got a bunch of people. I wasn't sure how many people would actually be interested in this, honestly. Last time I was talking about Ash with like that top SQL statement, and I was going to have the next webinar, this one, to kind of continue on. I thought, I need to kind of go something a little more foundational first. Because I know we have quite a range of expertise and kind of interest as well. And so the next webinar, that I'm going to continue on with Ash, okay? And it should be really cool. I mean, it's really fun stuff. I mean, for me, I really love it. So, but I was thinking, what can I do that's more foundational, that I see people kind of just make mistakes? Because, as you get, learn more and more about like SQL tuning and the whole 3 circle stuff and Ash, it's really easy to forget, some of the process relationships and the architecture. But what I've noticed though, is that when people forget this stuff, then they start to kind of confuse, the stats and what's going on and what they're seeing at the operating system, how things relate together. And then they end up making some mistakes. Even I've seen senior people do this a lot. It's kind of weird to me, But I think it's because I talk about it a lot, and so it's been able to stick with me because I teach it. So anyways, so that's why I wanted to do this, and it was going to be really short, but of course, as I was going through it, I'm thinking, there's so much more we could talk about this. So anyways, so so this is fundamental stuff. Every Oracle DBA needs to know this, and I think most of us are taught part of what I'm going to talk about. But the sequel, though, is pretty cool sequel that I'm going to show you at the end. It's not rocket science, but it's pretty nice. And so really what I want us to be able to do is to go from the OS into Oracle, and then from Oracle into the OS, as well as understand Oracle's architecture so we know what we're looking at. Okay, so this is the reverse. We got to be able to go back and forth. And there's a couple SQL scripts. The one I'm going to end with is actually already in my OSM toolkit, and that's kind of cool. It's been there like forever. It was one of the first scripts I wrote years and years ago at Oracle, and I just kind of course, I've modified it when I left, right, all that. Anyway, so that's what we're going to be talking about. And so I'm glad you guys are here. Hey, it's past, no, it's not October 30th yet. Those of you that are new members or haven't been on one of the newer onboarding webinars, you're welcome to join. It's October 30th, same time as the normal webinars are, but you need to register for that. Okay, so here's the URL for that, and it is on the event calendar as well. This is not just like an HR onboarding webinar. I actually talk about, the 5 things that I wish somebody told me when I started doing performance work. I mean, I actually talk about things like that. The feedback I'm getting is really good. So you are all welcome to actually join that webinar as well. It is not recorded, not unless somebody is, in New Zealand or Australia. I will record it for you guys because that time is not convenient for you. The next LVC, I just started the Ash LVC yesterday. The next LVC coming up is called Core Truths. Now, some of you know that you took the initial performance engineering class that I offered. I don't know, it's probably 6 months ago, and it was just too much content. And there was some core truths, some key things that I could tell that needed to be talked about before we could get into more of the modeling and the predictive stuff. So I split the class, which allowed me to put more content in, especially this first class. And so I'm calling this Core Truths. So I have a little video on it. I'm not going to get into it now, but if you're interested in what these old guys, the guys have been doing this for years, they just kind of have this intuition about performance. Well, that's really what I'm going to try and just speed you guys up in that. And it's pretty cool stuff. So that's coming up November 6th. And of course, as members, you get 10% off. And if you're Prime members, it's part of the Prime membership. So anyway, so check that out. I wish I could offer that one for free, because this is something that every DBA needs to know. I mean, it's kind of like today's topic. All right, so let's actually, we're kind of going to do the typing right now. Okay, any questions? Everybody all right? Ready to go? I have a lot of Q&A today, more than usual, which I'm really excited about because that kind of slows things down and all that. Kaylee's ready. All right. Okay, now before I forget, this is the URL where you can download both the slides, because I have a few slides. So you can download the slides and the typing log. I'm going to put them together in a zip file. Okay. That zip file does not exist yet, right? So don't say, Craig, it's not there. Of course it's not there.